Hey guys, welcome back to a very special episode of Corks and Contracts, where sometimes it's fun to hang out with the police and drink.
Cheers to that.
Today we have with us a very special guest, Howie Thompson of the Greenville City Police Department. Howie has got a long history of dealing with people drinking. So we thought, first of all, he would be great to come along for this little journey with us.
Well, yeah, and absolutely, because you're his sister-in-law, so of course he's had to deal with you drinking. So that being said, it is Realtor Safety Month.
It is Realtor Safty Month. So, and every month should be Realtor Safety
Thank you
Month.
for your service.
Yeah.
We appreciate you keeping us safe.
Yeah, we do. We do. So with it being Realtor Safety Month, everybody knows that realtors do things all the time that their parents tell them not to do.
And talk to strangers, answer the phone when you don't know who it is. Oh, hey, you need to get in my car and drive around and look at houses.
Going to an empty house? Come on. You want to drink this glass of wine? Sure, I want to drink this glass of wine. I mean, this kind of thing happens all the time. So, but there are things that realtors can do. And listen, it's not just realtors, it's the consumer that needs to be careful. Because does anyone remember Todd Colehab? You know, he was a realtor and he just don't want to get in the car with just anybody either. So, Howie, what are some tips and tricks that realtors can use on a daily basis to try to stay safe out in this world?
Yeah, well, first of all, it is very important to be safe. We want our realtors to be safe. You know, we tell the officers all the time, go with your gut.
Yeah.
And that would be the first recommendation I would have for our realtors is if you have a gut feeling about something and you feel like something wrong, there's a really good chance it is wrong.
Yes.
Go with your instincts.
Yeah.
You know, I recommend, of course, the first time you meet somebody, don't let it be at, a vacant house. Meet them in public, meet them in your office.
True.
You know, learn about them, see what's going on.
Bring someone with you.
And if something strange happens during your meet or when you take them to see a house, you know, it's
Have
probably
an exit
time
plan.
to have an
Yeah.
exit plan
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and speaking of exit plans, let somebody know where you are. Let your friend, your coworker, colleagues, family, somebody know where you are, that you're showing this house, and have a check-in time.
Yeah.
I think that's really important so they know, okay,
Yeah.
done showing that house. Let's move on to the next house. But always have that so someone can call you, check on you. Also recommend the use of an app. I understand y'all have an app here in Greenville.
We sure do. Yeah, forewarn.
It's a forewarn.
Very good app.
Yeah, it's important to have that, ready. And if you need to hit that and give your location, if you need to call 911, we'll be there to help you and assist you. But main thing, like I say, is trust your instincts, go with your gut.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. That Forewarn app is legit. If you're a member of NAR, which most realtors are, it's a great app. Michelle, explain how that app works.
People sign on to your websites. They sign on to all kinds of things using their name. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not, but generally a phone number and an email address. So you're able to look up people on that app. And this is a funny story about Howie. So,
And for the record, they're brother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Yeah, he's my brother. Yeah, he's my brother and one of my best friends, honestly. So I like to try to poke him every chance I get. And one time I had this guy sign on to my app and I pulled him up on Forewarn and it was like murder,
bankruptcy,
cocaine
charges,
aggravated rape. I'm like, oh my God, So as a joke, I just took a snapshot of some of these things and I sent it to Howie and I said, hey, I'm going to be out with this guy. I'm going to be out showing houses. So if
I'll be a little late for dinner.
Yeah. And Howie was like, okay, good luck with your showings. And I waited about 5 minutes and sent him a text back and said, hey, good Howie. And Howie's like, well, you would go out with that guy anyway. He goes, I know you wouldn't go with that guy. So, but it is good to have people that know where you're at. So, so there's realtor safety and then consumer safety. Again, you guys need to know who you are going out with as well.
Yeah.
So it's important. That's a very important part.
Yeah,
So,
meet your new realtors at an office. They should have an office. They should not be, meeting you at a Starbucks. It's almost like an Uber driver. Make sure, get a card, get a driver's license, do your due diligence for sure.
For sure.
We want everyone to be safe.
So, and Howie too, while we have you, because we do have you just for a couple minutes.
You're trapped.
We've got you right here. What are some safety measures that every new homeowner should maybe utilize, especially some of these young people that are moving into houses for the very first time? Is there something that you can recommend?
Yeah, so, their safety is very important too in getting moved in, especially a new location. As police, we look at crimes and how do we prevent crimes? And so there's three things that have to happen to have a crime. There has to be an offender, somebody that wants to,
offend,
be a criminal.
Yeah.
There has to be a victim, and there has to be a location. So if you can take one of those parts out of the triangle, then you don't have the crime. So since we're talking about, real estate, homes, let's look at the location. So what can I do to my location to harden the target is what we would say in policing.
Ooh, I like
is
that.
harden the target, make it harder for somebody to commit a crime on your property to victimize you.
Yep.
So just a number of things they can do: cameras, lighting, and lighting now with all the solar options. You know, before when you had to have power run, it was a little harder.
Yeah.
But now you can put a light and a camera anywhere.
Yeah, you don't need an electrician to get that.
They're wireless. Criminals hate light. You know, just trimming bushes back, being able to see out into your yard from inside your house, not giving someone a place to hide is very important.
I got to fix my house tonight.
You know, if you live in the city of Greenville and you're not sure about some of these things and need some recommendations, we have officers trained in what's called CPTED. So it's crime prevention through environmental design. And they can come out to you can set up an appointment. My neighborhood engagement team, who's out in our specific neighborhoods working, they can come out and basically do a survey of your property and give you some recommendations. And so I recommend, if you don't, you can also go online and pull lists of things. CPTED, if you put in CPTED list, you'll get checklist to check your own property. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, maybe need some recommendations, somebody come out, call the Greenville Police Department. We'll get you connected to an officer that can come out and do that survey and make some recommendations to you to help keep your properties.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's great.
That's very cool.
I love
Very
that.
cool.
I love
All
that.
right.
Well, thank you so much. We want you guys to all be safe and stay out of trouble.
Try to stay out of trouble.
Don't you want to cheers?
Yeah, well, cheers. Cheers to that. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.